Will you say I do to the person you chose, sight unseen?
I do, absolutely.
Or will you walk away from that person forever?
Hey guys, welcome to the Geek Up. I'm Josh.
I'm Billy.
And I'm Ashley.
And we're talking the finale to Love is Blind.
Season 2.
That's right. And a quick word from our sponsor, Coke Starlight. The taste that's out of this world.
Who's really not our sponsor, but hey, this stuff's tastes like cotton candy to me. I don't know. But
It's pretty good.
yeah, it was
New
all right.
flavor.
Going all in on
Check it
this
out.
Starlight.
It was all
Check
right.
it out.
See, I don't know how well that's gonna mix a rum or Jack, but I don't know, man.
All right.
I got my
But
water.
it tastes all right.
I got
But I
my
will say the zero version I like better than the regular version. Regular version too sweet. Zero version I think is pretty good.
Love is Blind. The weddings. A lot of surprises going on in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
And we gave you our predictions last week, and boy, were we off on a lot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, damn near all of them I think.
I gotta say, either kudos to the editors or like, screw you, editors.
Right,
like,
right,
why are
right.
you trying to mess with us like this? Just let us know how these people are playing
How
around
they really
here.
feel, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like, cause no.
So they start off, and they showed a clip from it last week of Nick and Danielle, and Nick's up there at the altar, and boy, is he sweating bullets.
Yeah.
Dude, that dude's sweating like I'm surprised there ain't like a bucket of water just piling up underneath that dude.
I
He's
thought
sweating
my
so
man was
much,
going to
man.
like pass out or something.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
everybody seemed to be sweating there, so it was really hot.
But not like him.
The
That's-
smart ones had the indoor weddings.
Right,
Yes.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
No, that dude was sweating big time.
Yeah, so they leave you hanging, but apparently he says...
I do.
And none of us predicted that
Nah.
because there
And
were a
they're-
lot of red flags.
Well, and they're probably already divorced. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe.
Because that was one that definitely needed more time to simmer and you know, for them to get to know each other a little better and for him to make sure that he was capable of dealing with her problems. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, apparently she doesn't have that many problems.
Oh, she got some problems.
No,
That girl got
she
problems.
was misrepresented.
Nah, there wasn't a misrepresentation there.
She claims she's misrepresented.
Yeah,
Nah.
apparently.
You got problems, Danielle. You need to go see a
But
counselor.
she was
I mean-
misrepresented by
Yourself
herself.
Right.
Editing, man. It's all about the editing.
Yourself some medication.
I don't
you're
think
good to
you
go.
can like
Edit some of that
magically
crazy.
edit some of that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think she owned up to like having some kind of issues, but like she said, the level that it was portrayed in their arguments were not quite how they played out. But
We're watching it. How it
I,
like how's it not it's portrayed exactly like we see it? You know?
that's a good question.
Right,
That's
right.
a good question.
No, I don't know what they did when they edited. They made my voice sound madder. It's like no. It's
I mean,
that was
Nick's
you
like
talking, you know?
scratching his head, like trying to figure. Were they really talking about like what they want for dinner? And he's like, ah,
What the hell am I doing?
sneak that in there. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm surprised by this. But you know what? They got engaged very early on, and
Yeah, the
last
first couple.
season, the couple that got engaged early on also ended up getting married. So maybe
Yeah.
there's something to that.
Yeah,
and they're
maybe.
still together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
going
So,
strong is what it looks
yeah.
like.
yeah. Both two couples from last season still together.
Yep.
So
So I'm
Yeah.
kind of happy to see this. I mean,
yeah,
they had
I mean,
some issues, and I didn't think Nick would go with it, but
no, I didn't. I mean, I was happy for him, but at the same time, it's like, dude, you have your hands full, man. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he wasn't like, no, let's not get married now. Let's keep getting to know each other better. But hey, whatever, man. Dude just jumped in, man. Jumped in the Shark Tank, and he's ready for it, I guess. We better
yeah,
hope
and
he
it
is.
was a pretty uneventful, like drama-free wedding
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
most
Yeah.
part. So
Yeah, they like walked off together and just hunky dory. Yeah, but
Yeah, I was
not all
waiting.
the
I
weddings are
was
that way.
waiting for the scene when they walked off together and they were drinking their toast and be like, "Oh, you're my husband. Oh, you're my wife." And then like there to be some kind of argument that
Right,
happened.
right.
Wait, what did you say? Your wife? Like what? You own me? Or like it to become some weird misunderstood argument, but it didn't. So
No.
it's good for them.
yeah, and she looked good in her dress. So
Yeah.
it was good. And then the next one up is what? Deepti and Shake.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Now,
And
this
this
is-
one we were
boy.
kind of rooting
Dude.
for these two. We said they would get married.
This is
Oh,
one where I think the
boy.
editors really screwed us over on this one
Yeah.
because like the stuff that Deepti says in this one, you didn't hear it all
yeah,
through the
it's
whole
like
I
season.
wish
Switch
she had
was
said
flipped.
it.
Right.
I
Oh,
wish
yeah.
she had said
Yeah.
it. And if she really felt that way the whole time, then good on her. Like, I
right,
mean, I think she's everybody's favorite at this
Oh
point.
yeah, well, because
but-
even his mom was like on her side, you know, like,
Yeah.
hey man, you know, if you ain't
And
sure
she
about
was
this,
like 100% supportive when you saw this, but like at this, there was a switch that was flipped, and she's
yeah.
he doesn't deserve me.
No,
Which
like-
she's right on all this.
All of
But
it.
she's like, you know what? Screw him. He just lost the best thing that ever happened to him. And bottom line, and as you can tell, they didn't get married. She said no.
But no, I cannot marry you.
Said no. But
Yeah,
And
she
his
said
reaction
no.
was kind of surprising.
yeah, he was like,
He was. It was embarrassing for him.
Yeah, but in the
he,
bit-
wa-
Yeah,
he,
I
did
think
not.
he didn't know how to deal with it.
He did not know how to
he
handle
played
it.
it off.
No, he didn't play it off well. Like, he was trying to play it off. He was like, "Hey, well," she said, "No, guys, like, it's
Let's
a party."
but then he was like, I'm kind of glad she said yes because
So I didn't have to
I didn't
say-
know what I wanted to say and blah blah blah. And it's like, dude,
Yeah.
Glad she said no.
yeah,
Yeah,
But-
but he
yeah.
made
Glad
the
she didn't say
comment.
no, yeah.
He made the comment that I'm glad she said no because if she had said yes, I probably would have
I
said
might
yes.
have said no. Yeah.
No, he said he would have
said he
said
would-
Oh,
yes.
that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right,
and
yeah.
he's like, it's for the best. So it's like, whew.
Right.
Like he was
Dude,
relieved, and
but-
you could tell he was just trying to like save face, which actually only made it more embarrassing for him.
Oh yeah. No, but the thing is, the way she talked through the whole show, I'm so in love with him. He's like the best person
Yeah.
ever. And then like in this episode, man, it was like, nah, screw him. That dude, he doesn't know what he wants, and I ain't, he ain't worth it for me. Like, right?
Well,
I
I
don't
like the
deserve
way
that.
she said
So-
it. She wasn't mean or rude about it, like screw him like that.
Well, no, but
At the
she-
altar,
she had her foot
said,
down.
she said, "I choose me. You don't choose me. You've been on the fence. You've been talking about me, basically. Like, I choose me. I deserve someone who wants to choose me as well."
Mm-hmm.
And she walks away.
Yeah, but they didn't treat her like that at all throughout the show.
Yeah, and I'm sure there was definitely clever editing on this
Oh, yeah.
one because
Oh, yeah. For
sure.
I don't think
Had
this
to be.
just came up like
No.
last minute. She was holding it all in. So
Right?
Yeah.
No, exactly.
I think she's a good person. And
Oh yeah, no,
you know,
I think she made the right decision there because he was definitely wishy-washy on what he wanted and everything. And,
Yeah.
So good on her. Good on her on that one because we all thought, yeah, they're probably gonna get married, but no,
It'll be
she
interesting to
she made the right
see
decision there.
because they kept talking about how they were each other's best friends and everything. And it's like, okay, well, he didn't have that attraction to her. Like, why can't you just be friends?
Right.
But
yeah.
then
Maybe
the
they
way
will be.
he handled that, I don't know. Like,
And
I
he
don't
never
that-
went to go talk to
Right,
her
I don't
or
like
try
that
and figure
part.
things out or
No, that's
anything.
true. Yeah.
Like, hey, I respect your decision. You're probably right. We are better as friends.
Right,
I
you
wish
didn't
I
know
could have gotten there. I wanted to get there, but I wasn't there. That would have been the mature thing to
No,
do.
you're right,
But
yeah.
he
And
didn't.
that would have been a lot better than just trying to save face. He could
Yeah.
just be like, hey, I agree.
Yeah, but he's a little egotistical. So
It was kind of nice to
A
see
little.
the relationship as it went along because it had a very rocky start. So
Mm-hmm.
I was rooting for him, but in the end, he just didn't change enough.
No.
She made the right decision.
well, I mean, it's only 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
You don't change that much in 4 weeks. Like he was a specific type of
seemed
person,
like
and
he was
he seemed like he
pondering
was.
like big things.
Yeah,
so,
no, he was.
Yeah.
You could tell he was definitely growing. He was definitely
He
growing
was
as a person. He was
definitely.
growing as a person, but he didn't grow
This
enough for
probably
her.
set him back though, because now his ego's like scarred a little bit. So now he's
He doesn't deserve me.
All right, moving on to the next
All
one.
right,
What
yeah.
we got
So
here?
the next one
Moving on.
was Natalie and Shane.
Oh, this was also awkward.
Oh, yeah, this was very awkward.
yeah.
I was.
We were
And
also
I think
wrong
we
on
all
this
said
one.
they would get married.
Oh yeah, well, and hadn't what happened the night of the bachelor party had happened, and maybe they would have, but evidently they had a big argument.
They did that teaser where they had a big argument, and
Mm-hmm.
all of us kind of thought that was like manufactured drama,
Yeah.
but apparently not
It
so
wasn't,
much.
Yeah.
Me, I asked Shane, do you think you maybe had a little bit too much to drink? And he just got really, really angry at me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they get up there, Shane's all about it. He's like,
Well,
all right.
first off, he shows up wearing sweats, and he's
Oh,
wearing his little ratty shirt again. Looks like he's cut the sleeves off. I don't know what's going on with his look. Maybe that's intentional.
Yeah.
And then he looks pretty good in his tux, but like it looks like he has no socks on.
He couldn't get past the no socks.
Drives me crazy.
He thinks that she said no
I wasn't
because,
paying attention to
because he
socks,
wasn't
yeah.
wearing socks.
She
Like you
said
couldn't
no
be bothered to wear
because-
socks on our wedding day. Like,
That 401k thing came back to bite
Right,
us.
but-
She
Those
kept
people
thinking
can't even
about it.
afford socks.
but let's just talk about how he was. There's so many memes and like little gifs or gifs or whatever you want to call them about him standing at that altar. Like he looked like he was tweaking on something. I mean, he's always got this like
He's always a
high
big,
energy.
bulgy eye guy,
Yeah,
yeah.
but he's just like making all these little faces and like
He seems like he's always got like an
Yeah,
itch
he's
he
like,
needs to
"Right,
scratch or something,
right."
but don't want
Like
to.
that dude's always on crack or something. Man. He's
yeah,
like,
he was just like, so I was like, man, he's nervous. Like,
But I will tell you, like, looking at her family, they had, like,
Oh yeah.
they weren't smiling. They had
Mm-hmm.
pretty flat faces. So I was like, oh, this.
I tell you what,
Like, no one looks like they're having fun prior to
Right.
the question coming.
I tell you what though, man, her dad, I think won Dad of the Year just from the stuff he was saying to her there.
He's
You know, I was
really
like, damn,
cool,
that's a good
yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Man. That's a good dad right there.
And then when she walks down the aisle and then she sees him, you know, she doesn't even smile. She's like not really happy to be there. And then when he says first, he says, I do, you know, and then she doesn't smile in response to that. And I'm like, oh, that's not good.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is too, like, you know, they tell you they had an argument, but they really didn't see what the argument was about. So you don't find out after until she says no, and then they really get into what the argument was about, and you're like, damn, I said no too if I was her. If he'd have said that kind of shit to her, you know.
He said
So-
he
Yeah.
hated her and she was the worst thing that ever
What
happened to him. And I'm like, wow. And the only thing I can think of is that the first, I mean, they'd been drinking in Mexico is like, cause you know, sometimes when people get drunk, like, I mean, cause I just can't see him saying something like that.
But he
like,
says
unless he
yes
was
to
just-
marry her at the same time.
Right.
Yeah, because I think he was just drunk out of his mind.
But he says he doesn't
when he
regret
said
it. And she's like, what do you mean you don't regret it? And it's kind of unclear whether he's
What
talking
he's
about the
talking
wedding or
Right.
Or
the
what he said that
argument.
night. Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
And that's what she was trying to get clarification on.
Right.
And I liked that they were at least communicating
Yeah.
and they weren't arguing at that point.
Well, and she
Well,
told
he didn't
him.
want to talk it out.
Yeah,
but-
he was kind of.
But then she told him, she said, "Look, I love you, you know, and I want to
Yeah.
continue to date and try to work on things. You know, what do you think?" And he's like, "Well, I need some time to think about it. I can't make any decision right
Yeah.
now."
So you're saying you truly felt like you hated me and I was the worst thing for you at that moment?
Or do you want to do this right now?
No, is that what you were saying?
Well,
But-
I mean,
but
it is
if
hard.
he- if
Just
he's
got
smart,
rejected.
yeah.
He's, I guess, expecting to be husband and wife, and now it's
Right.
like we need to talk about
That's his own damn fault, you know, and he needs to own up to that. Like, you just got to tell the woman you're marrying tomorrow that, hey, I hate your guts and you're the worst thing that ever happened to me.
Interesting play. But,
right.
she was joking around like that earlier and stuff.
But not like
so-
that.
Yeah.
Not to that. And
Well,
like
we
you
never
said,
saw it or anything.
Yeah,
so.
she called him a
she-
piece of shit or something
Yeah.
like that.
Which
He loved that.
But like you said, she was joking when she said it
Yeah.
all, right? He was drunk and just said it because he was mad at her for
Well, we
whatever
never
reason.
actually saw them having a
Right,
conversation.
but that's just
Yeah.
what we're assuming.
Yeah.
Because you could tell, like, the night of the bachelor party when they were showing that, when he was the only one that didn't hit the baseball, and he was a
Oh, he was
former
pissed.
baseball
He was
player.
pissed.
Yeah, that
he
was
was a little
weird.
bit.
Yeah.
So that may have put him in a sour mood at that
he started
point,
drinking
and then
more,
and then he got home, and she's like, "What's wrong?" And he's like, "I hate you." Like,
I did hit the baseball because of you.
But they seem
knows?
pretty close, like especially when he met her family and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
this
Her
is
family
kinda-
liked him, you know. Her mom,
shocking
he
to
grew on
me.
her mom.
she
Yeah.
she brought his mom to the wedding dress fitting. Like, I wonder if she really was
Yeah.
gonna say yes before that argument.
Oh, I think she was. Yeah, I think
Well, that's what
absolutely.
she says.
Yeah, she said she would have said yes prior to the argument.
Yeah.
You know, and we were all rooting for
Yeah.
them, right? We were all rooting for them, and
They
I
didn't seem
think
to have
I
any
think
major things prior to that.
I think if he swallows his pride and pulls his head out of his ass, you know, then they'll continue dating, and maybe we'll
Well,
get
she
married.
did
you know?
say allude to that.
Yeah,
so.
she did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know though.
He would be an idiot not to. You know, I mean, they were good together. She's a beautiful girl.
She's
He's a
probably
good-looking
better
dude.
off
You know, they were.
without him.
She probably is. Yeah, but
She probably is, but like again,
I'm still rooting for him.
yeah, I don't know. Well, I think America really liked them together.
Yeah,
Well, there's always that other girl.
we did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, crazy Shayna,
Interesting.
crazy Shayna.
Yeah, Shane and Shayna. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was nuts, man. No, he made the right decision. No doubt about it.
Yeah. So she says no, tries to hash it out, but it doesn't look
Yeah.
too good.
No, he ain't having it right now. I just need time to think. But yeah,
It'd be
you
interesting to
better
see
think right.
in the reunion.
But I don't.
And
That time to think did.
The next big one that comes up is Salvador and Mallory.
Yeah,
And this one's
and
kind of
another-
interesting.
Yeah,
as
very
well.
interesting one.
We were
No doubt.
right, but we were wrong.
Yeah,
This is one that was like, what do we get? Like half a point for this one?
yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
And he has a lot of family there. Her, not so much.
Yeah, her parents I don't think showed up, right? So
No.
that was crazy, man.
Just like
Yeah.
her sister and some friends.
You never meet her parents.
No.
no.
So I don't know what's up with that. I don't know. She doesn't talk about them. Like, I don't know if they're around or if they're in a different country or
Right.
or if they just aren't supportive or anything.
Well, that was just
So I
like in
don't know.
season 1 with freaking what's his name? Remember when his parents didn't even want to meet freaking Gigi? Remember? So it's like, damn, like how do you like? And then he wouldn't even stick up for her. So it's just crazy, man.
Yeah, and prior to this, like it seemed like everything was going as planned. Like he was talking about
How much
things
he
with his
loved her.
family and how he
Yeah.
loved her, and she was going through it. I mean, red flag was kind of like her whole family wasn't there, but
Right.
you know, she wasn't given really any indicators that it wasn't happening.
No, but the thing is, prior to that day, she was. You know, she was wishy-washy the whole damn season. You know, so the whole season she's wishy-washy, and he knew it, and he saw it. You know, and you can see it was stressing him out. You know, throughout the season, how wishy-washy she was, and he was really stressed out because of it. So,
I cannot.
was I surprised that he says no? Yeah, I was very
So he
surprised.
gets up there and he says no because he just needs more time, which you're thinking that makes sense.
That does
right?
make
Especially
sense.
with
Sense.
people being wishy-washy.
Right.
But she looks like she was going to say yes,
Yeah.
which everyone I think was expecting maybe her to say no.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
And she looked fabulous in her dress. I gotta
Yeah.
say.
Right. And, yeah. Well, the funny thing is, and maybe he said no because he was expecting her to say no. You know, he was probably expecting her to say
I
no.
don't
Like
think
we need
so.
more time.
No, I think he
But,
really, and that's the thing.
I
Is
mean, he
I
made
really,
the right decision.
they came up a notch in my book as a couple. Although I don't know, like, because he said he was also like, I need some time apart.
Yeah.
Well, she's
she's like, do you want to continue to
He's
date?
like,
Yeah.
yeah, he alludes to dating more, and she's like, do you really want that? And he's like,
Need a couple days.
yeah, and I'm like, that's not good.
Right.
Well, but then like 5 minutes later, he's like, you know what we need to do? We need to go out on a date.
Yeah,
So it's
I
like-
know. So it was
I
kind
think
of.
she was like, we're past that.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But I do like when he said that, and he was apologizing to her
Oh,
at
he
the
was
altar,
a
and
good
she
dude
like
about it.
wiped his tear and was like, it's okay. Like,
Right.
you
So
know.
I think it was all cool until he said he needs more time, like
Yeah.
even in the dating
Yeah.
phase. Like if I'm her, I'm like, that's not good. Now I did like how classy he was because when she walked off, he addressed her,
Her family,
family
dude,
He
first
did.
and foremost.
Yeah, a complete difference between Shake and,
Yeah.
and Sal. Like,
No, he-
classy guy.
Very classy.
But
dude.
Very classy
what I
guy.
will say, what I don't like, he keeps telling her he loves her, but then he's not really showing it with these major decision points.
Right.
No, it's
Like
true.
this is a leap of faith to a certain extent that you got to be willing to take with someone. And when someone says no to that, it's kind of like you're supposed to be my rock, and I get it's a big leap, but aren't I worth it to take it with me?
Right.
And then you say no, but I want to hang out with you afterwards.
Yeah.
It's like
well, it's like because you've been telling me I'm worth it this whole
yeah.
time,
Right.
right? So yeah.
So I
no,
don't
you're
like
right, man.
when
You're
people
right.
keep reinforcing how much they love someone, but
Right.
Well, and
then
that's
she's
with
like, "You
all
want to
of
date
them.
afterwards?" I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like
I need a
you
couple
just
days.
gotta
Yeah,
love me.
and that's with all of them. Like, that's the part it's a little frustrating with the show is I get that they're supposed to get married within 4 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they really are, and they're growing, their relationship is growing. They're just not ready to say I
married,
do,
right.
and that makes sense. But to say the I love you, oh my God, I can't spend the rest of my life with this person, and then get to that point when they're like,
Because he even like
I'll
said
see you
good
next
vows
week,
and
maybe,
stuff
like-
like that.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah,
his
yeah.
wedding vows
Yeah.
were really good. And
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
so.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Well, that's the thing too, right? They make them say the wedding vows first, and they're always like, "Oh, I can't spend the rest. You know, I can't spend my life without you. This and that.
For
You
the
change
good.
it." But then it's like, no. It's like what?
But no. Yeah, so like
all
the
that being
way
said-
they said their vows and everything, I fully expected, and the fact that they were talking so calmly
Mm-hmm.
and rationally alone after, and he was respectful to her family and all that, I really thought that they would just agree, like, hey, let's continue on this and we can readdress getting married later down the road. But then
I'd
it
be
did kind of
surprised by
seem,
that.
yeah, but then it did kind of seem like, yeah, maybe we'll go on a date, but like not. So that was kind of
Yes.
weird.
Sal and Mal.
Sal and Mal.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I will say like I just don't know if his personality matched hers. He's pretty like dry, calm, cool,
Yeah.
collective. I mean, he's a good guy. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know.
But
Yeah.
but the thing is, that's what she was saying. She needed,
seems
right?
like she needed a little
She's-
someone more feisty. And
But she said all the guys she dated in the past that were that way were always self-centered guys, right? Like they're always about themselves, want to go hang out with their boys, and watch football and go, do all that stuff. And she's
you
like,
could
Sal's
probably
not
find
like
a
that.
balance
Yeah.
though.
Nice
sure you
guys
can, yeah.
finish last. Everybody knows that.
Well, he probably needs to work on some of his singing. I mean, he
Yeah,
does it
right.
very often. I'm like,
Yeah,
She says he has a great
yeah,
voice.
she loves her voice, man. His roommate had a much better voice, man. When they,
Yeah.
when they were doing
"Man,
it,
this guy,
that's
yeah,
how you
he's on
sing,
the-
brother.
All right, we're respecting Sal. We're not talking bad about Sal.
Right. Nah, Sal's a good dude.
He's
Yeah.
a good guy.
Good dude.
next up is Jarrett and Iyanna.
The big day, biggest day of my life. I love Iyanna to the moon and back, to infinity and beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you what,
And now
man.
we all thought they'd get married,
Mm-hmm.
and his dad is officiating the wedding, so I really doubt he would say no when that's happening and everything.
Yeah.
So if anything, I would put it on her.
Oh yeah. I'll tell you, and Iyanna is one of those like just you always look at her as cute, right? You think of her almost like a little kid 'cause she's so small and
Yeah.
everything. You know, it's like, oh, she's cute, you know. But she was gorgeous in her wedding dress,
she was
man.
beautiful.
Freaking
She was
I mean,
beautiful.
she was stunning. I was like,
Yeah.
man, look at her.
I love how guarded her parents are, though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Her adopted parents.
Yeah, and like when he walks her down the aisle, and he's like, "You better take care of her."
Yeah.
I'm like,
Well,
okay, I'm gonna give her away, but like you're gonna take care of her, right?
I need you to take care of her
I will.
and be the best man you can be.
I will.
Right?
Right. Well, and prior to that, remember, it showed them talking. The adopted
Yeah.
parents, and they were like, yeah, this ain't good.
Right.
They were like completely against it.
So,
And he seems like he's having a good time. It seems like a legit wedding, I think,
Yeah.
from his viewpoint. And
Yeah.
he's got his boys there, and they're talking, having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
His sister comes in, and you know, he's,
Right, he's
he's
crying-
telling her
he's
all the
crying
good
with her.
stuff, and
Yeah.
she's like, "Yeah, you can't be doing that anymore." And he's like,
but now again, back to the editing.
Right.
It really shows Iyanna like teetering. Like,
Oh, big time,
Yeah,
dude,
it
yeah.
really
that did
shows
seem
her.
force editing
Oh,
to
it
me. It's
was.
almost to
It
me
was.
like the editor's like, "Do you have any cause for concern?" And then
Yeah.
click.
Yeah,
Let's show this. Let's not talk about any good stuff right
Right.
now.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
'cause it made it sound like she was like really thinking about saying
But
no.
everything she said is true, though.
Oh, it was, absolutely.
Yeah, but
Those are real concerns, I think, for her.
at the altar, spoiler alert, they got married. They both said yes. But at the altar, she said it with confidence. There was no,
Oh, yeah, no.
like, it was,
They did make her pause a little bit.
But I think they
Yeah.
make them all pause.
I think, yeah. Either that or they edit the pause.
But I don't think she had any doubt going into this.
No,
that
no,
she
you can
wasn't
tell
gonna
she
say
didn't.
this.
You can tell she was all about it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely trying to screw with our heads, the editing in that one, like with her,
Yeah.
you know, all the stuff she was saying. But no, but I was happy. I was glad those two worked it out. Like I said, I really hope Jarrett makes the changes that he needs to make for her because I mean, I think they're a good match. I think she's definitely a beautiful woman, and he's lucky to have her. So
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, he talks a big game. We'll see.
yeah, but
I'm looking forward to the update on that one.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, and that's the cool thing, man. Like, because I just recently watched season 1 because I never watched it. We talked about it, and then you had all those episodes after. You had the year reunion and the 2-year reunion,
Yeah.
and then the one after that, which was the 2-year one was like 3-episode one, and it was just crazy, like watching that and just like all the drama that happens in that. It's like it's been 2 years, man. Why is there so much freaking animosity still? But
Yeah, well,
It's crazy.
there is. And then also with that last season, and I think based on social media, I've kind of seen hints of it of this season that people who were in relation, they kind of commingle with other people that were in the pods now that they're
Yeah,
out of the
yeah, they
pods.
do.
So there might be some other relationships,
Well,
and there
we
were
saw
two
Elsie and
other
Mark
relationships.
before.
Elsie and Mark in first season, yeah,
Yeah.
That didn't end well, but
Oh, no. Yeah, and I do was.
But there are two other relationships. I don't know if they got married, but ended in engagement from
they should
this
at least
season.
give you updates on
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
totally,
like
man.
that they totally ignore
Right.
them
So-
Well, the thing
being
is, a
part
lot
the
of these
show.
people have their own social media accounts now. You can probably go on and check it out, look at it and check it out and see how they're doing. But
Yeah, but
So what do you guys think about the season? 2 weddings, just like last year. A lot
Yeah.
of similarities.
I
8
would
couples, 6 shown.
I would like one to follow every couple that gets together.
yeah,
And
they
2,
leave 2 out.
don't try to trick us with this editing. Like I hate that.
I like being surprised though.
I don't
Yeah,
mind
but
the
don't-
surprise like a cliffhanger,
Right.
but like don't make us think they're going this way when they're going this way. Just I don't know. It
Right.
just it seems
Well, I would
wrong.
hate-
I want to follow
I
their
would
journey,
hate
their
if-
true
Right.
journey.
If Deepti had half her conversations were concerned and you just showed one side, now I would hate if that is really the case.
Right.
Because
Yeah,
now
but-
you really are
Oh
misrepresenting.
yeah, because
their
they left
relationship.
out any of that, until that last episode. I mean, there was no reservations in Deepti whatsoever throughout
Right.
the whole season. She was completely in love with that dude, freaking all about him. And then all of a sudden at the marriage
And the way
episode,
she was talking, like, yeah, we'll move in your apartment, we'll do this, I'll support you, and
Yeah.
now it's like, no, screw this.
oh yeah, dude,
yeah.
yeah.
So
Maybe someone
that's
whispered
my,
in the
that's
ear
my
what he was
biggest
saying.
beef.
Yeah.
That's my biggest beef. And then I don't know when this actually took place, like when we'll get the reunion. Because
Right.
I think last one, you got the 1 year follow up, like
Mm-hmm.
just a couple weeks after the finale. I don't know. We're having a debate how to say that. So I don't know, like how long ago these ceremonies
I think
actually
you're
took.
having the debate. In your
Right, right.
There was
I'm
a
cool.
debate
I'm cool with
earlier.
finale. I'm cool with finale. Yeah.
The final episode of the season. So I'd like to see where that goes.
I thought this was another good season. What do you think compared to season 1, though? Better, worse?
Nah, dude, so when I went back and watched, well, the funny thing was, like, I went back and watched season 1, and then I'm like remembering all their names, and it was kind of maybe I was like, damn, I just watched season 1. I'm kind of like forgetting what happened in season 2, but
More drama, I think, in season 1.
Yeah.
Especially
well,
with Jessica.
there was more drama in season 1, and I think season 1 they chose a lot more good. Like most of the people in season 1 were good looking people, right? They didn't like. There's very few unattractive people in season 1. Where at least in this season, you seem like they included a pretty decent amount of just okay people and stuff. And
there was a lot more just average. There was just average looking people, whereas they kind of were more on like the model type people
in season 1.
last season.
Yeah, absolutely. But like I liked the drama in season 1. And well, the funny thing is in season 2 the drama played out the exact same way. There was one crazy female, right? So like
fighting over a guy,
right, fighting over a dude. All right, so it kind of played out similar in both seasons. Hopefully if they do another season, it's a little different. We see maybe. I don't know, some dude go nuts and some dude's gonna fight or something.
Probably been just as crazy as Jessica if she was around as much.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, and then
she just ended her relationship a lot quicker than Jessica.
And they just let her come back once.
Yeah.
Jessica kind of came back every time they did.
Well, and poor Jessica, man. Like that 2-year reunion, man.
I'm sorry, poor Jessica.
Let me finish what I'm saying though, because she got done a little dirty at the end of that. I mean, because she was legitimately she brought gifts for both people.
Well,
right?
Amber's just as crazy in my opinion.
Oh, Amber's nuts, dude. Yeah, Amber is definitely and she's very territorial.
Oh yeah.
And you can tell she has freaking what's his name, Barnett. Yeah, exactly. She's got that dude on a leash.
Oh yeah, he's like, I gotta go talk to Amber and get permission and see what she thinks. I lost a lot of respect for him when he had to run off and
he's like,
this is what's going on. What do you think?
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, man.
Yeah, because I mean, at that point, it's 2 years later. It's like, come on, it's 2 years later. She's in L.A. She don't even live here anymore. She lives in L.A. She's just coming back for this reunion. She got both couples a gift, and
I could see where there's bad blood there, but you just say thanks for the gift, move on.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
You just give it that attention.
Yeah, but I am looking forward to see how the reunions go for this one though, man. Because if it's anything like that one, and that was nuts, man. Especially with Homeboy bringing freaking.
Well, you might see more drama with the actual people in the show between like Shane and Natalie or something like that at this point. Right. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. So, question: is love blind?
They all got asked that. Most of them said yeah.
Yeah.
Most of them said yeah.
You think they made more of a connection with the people whether they got married or not?
Oh, probably
by doing what they did.
I think just straight up dating.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I agree. I think establishing that emotional connection first and just getting to talk to somebody and find out a lot of stuff about them, and if you got stuff in common and all that, without seeing them first and saying, "Oh, I'm not attracted to their person," physically, so I'm not even gonna talk to them. So I think it's definitely, you find out a lot more about a person when you actually give them that, just give them a chance to talk to you, and that wall made it to where they, had that.
And I think Nick said that too. He's like, if I was just straight up dating this chick, I'd be gone.
Right. Yeah. No, you're right.
He did say that.
Yeah, he did.
So, I mean, club editing or whatever, he said that at some point.
Yeah.
He's like, I would have been out.
Yeah. If they had those arguments. Yeah. And I think Natalie said that too about Shane.
Yeah, I think some point.
So.
Yeah, no, but I mean, there's something to be said about, seeing, talking to somebody for, several days or, a week or whatever without ever seeing them, and somehow it worked out, I guess, with some of them anyway. Well, and even some of them after that didn't get married, they still dated for a while after, right? Gigi and, why the hell can't I remember that other guy's name?
Damien.
Damien, there you go. Yeah,
no,
Damien.
I pulled that one.
They dated for a while. Good job. So there's something to be said for it. So it was definitely a pretty cool experiment. And just kind of watching it play out. So I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'd like to see more.
But I'm interested in hearing what you guys think. Who were you rooting for? Who'd you like? Who didn't you like?
How many did you get right?
Yeah.
We only got 2.
We didn't
weddings
do so
going
well.
down the way they went down.
Right, exactly.
I think we only got like 1.5.
No, it's not.
Well, we said Jarrett would get it.
Yeah.
And then we thought Mallory would break it off.
Yeah.
That's right. But we thought Natalie was going to get it. And yes, you're right now.
Yeah. So it was like 1.5.
So not really good.
So yeah,
not good.
But yeah, seriously, hey, let us know what you think. We'd love to hear about it and love to engage in discussion with you guys as always. And let's pray and hope for a season 3. But until then, we'll check you guys later.
See you guys.
See ya.
Prince Ali's a made-up character, and I said, I'll be your Prince Ali. Well, I can't be a Prince Ali? That's racist. That's racist! Ali, fabulous, he, Ali, Ababa.
Settings, because I don't have. I can't find them online, so I need them from the. Jabuki Bookie?
Jabuki.
I can't.
Prince
Ali.
Oh, you're trying to look like the kid from, Stranger Things. The boyfriend.
Chip, the guy who works at Chips Ahoy?
Yeah, the guy.
I love him.
The ice cream guy. Yeah.
I love the Chips Ahoy guy, or whatever. What's he called? It's not called
guy.
Chips Ahoy, but it's called something Ahoy.
Stop talking.
30 minutes.
Taki.
Just get through it. Don't be so yappy.
And the results are.
Yeah.
We were wrong.
Man.
I sure as hell didn't say that first couple was gonna get married. I'd say none of us did. I bet they're already divorced.
We'll be divorced, yes. Great.
Yeah, I'm not really.
Misrepresented.
What the hell is that?
Ew.
What?
What? That he just fingered his drink?
Yeah.
That was gross.
Spinning it around, man.
His booger finger.
With your finger.
His booger finger
and
was
then
in
you
there?
licked your
I don't pick
finger.
my nose, man.
He's gonna touch them. He's gonna touch them.
I'm like this, right?
He's gonna touch the desk
Yeah.
all
Oh, he's
over
gonna be like,
the
boom!
desk. Yeah, sometimes I
Yeah,
wonder,
like
you're
that.
sitting there and,
It's one
and
thing
your
if you go
mic
like
is
here
always like
and it's
over
facing you,
here.
but he'll be like the other side of the mic.
I'm like, who's he
He-
talking to?
He still sounds good. So.
Can you
That's right.
hear us?
Still sound good.
Good.
Damn right, I still sound good.
Still sounds good.
Sounds sexy as hell when I talk with her. This deep
I
voice.
don't know
That
about
bass,
that.
it travels.
That's right.